tell us a little bit about yourself.
Grew up in Tasmania in Hobart, and I was born in '81, so I finished school before I probably used the internet, and then I went to university there as well. Maybe we'll wait for the snow to go.
Lovely. What form of art do you specialise?
I don't know if I really
Specialise.
just do one thing, but like visual art, I guess. So I do a lot of drawing and painting. That's ceramics and they're kind of wooden sculpture, but a lot of things. But that's kind of more in the art world. I also do kind of commercial work, so sometimes I'm doing things that are crossing over into graphic design, or I work with architects, make public art, and even the mural that's behind us. That's kind of a spray paint mural, but that's kind of working with a project management kind of thing. It's part of the redesign of working with exterior decorators and architects and stuff like that. And I'm also working on a film project and a few things like that. So it's pretty diverse. Even though most of the work I do is drawing, I don't really specialise because
So, just out of curiosity, what's your film project about?
okay, so maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, I wanted to learn more about Indigenous culture because when I grew up in Tasmania, I never really had any exposure to that. And as you know, being in Australia, it's a sensitive issue and it's really hard to
very
know.
important.
Lots of people have very strange opinions on it, but I wanted to find out for myself because things I know are really intriguing to me and I like Indigenous art, but I've never really spent any time with Indigenous people. So I was pursuing a few different ways through galleries and other connections that work closely with Indigenous people. So I've been to Darwin and a few other places to meet different Indigenous people. But through that, I'd also been travelling to London and meeting with a few different people to do with other art. And a friend of mine there, who's a graffiti artist, he was making a film with a leader in Arnhem Land, so that's like in the northeast part of Northern Territory. And Jalu Gurawiwi is kind of like the custodian of the Yidaki, which is the didgeridoo, so that's the origin of why everybody knows that instrument. And Jalu is kind of like a leader of the community, and he's really well known in France and Germany for his skill, like for making Yidaki. But he's getting quite old, and his culture, like he has to pass that on to his sons. Kind of, it will come out this year at the Melbourne Film Festival and should get toured around a few other things. But I've had some other involvement on the film, but I'm just finishing some animations that will be part of that as well.
Does Melbourne City cater well for your preferred form of art?
Yeah, so I've lived in Melbourne for about 10 years, and almost everybody I know here has moved from somewhere else or all from smaller places. And as a result, everybody is really understanding and sharing and generous. It's a really normal thing to show up as a creative, and maybe in your class you were the only person that drew. That's my kind of story. But when you come here, everybody was that kid. And I've lived in other places and I travel a lot to other countries, and I don't get that feeling. It's not as welcoming and stuff like that. So I think Melbourne has a really good, healthy. It's a good size. It's not. I think it's a big city. It's not that big. To me.
Does the city of Melbourne show any preference towards particular forms of art, in your opinion?
That's hard for me to say. Because even though I live here and I do a bit of work here, I'm involved in a lot of different places, so I never really get bogged down in maybe knowing what's going on. There's a lot of stuff that happens here that I just don't really know what goes on. So, I mean, there's definitely some things that are more popular than others, and maybe I don't really know. Maybe some types of performance art or something else that's not really that popular anywhere. Like you don't really see a lot of opera on the internet. Have you ever looked at a lot of opera? I mean, there's other things on the edges that maybe I don't even think about. So I don't know if they're rare or people are with it and others prominent. But all those things come in waves, right? It's just fashion. And definitely like street art and murals and stuff like that wasn't always there. It just got popular over the last 10, 15 years.
As a street artist, whereabouts did you get your inspiration from?
I don't really know. When I was younger, like in Tasmania, there wasn't really any of that stuff. So I didn't really know what it was. There were only little snippets of it.
So you built your own legacy, basically.
Well, I started to do some things, but my family already lived here, so I was travelling a little bit, and then by maybe a year after I started to learn how to do that stuff and put a little bit up in Tasmania, I'd already been to London and stuff like that, and just suddenly, oh yeah, it is a bit bigger, and also the communities online. This is kind of pre-MySpace, pre-Facebook, all that stuff. There were big communities, more like forum style things. So whenever I was traveling in Europe, I just put my hand up and say, oh, who's doing this stuff here? And I'd find all these people. And so a lot of those people have become quite famous. See, now it's quite popular. You can go to any shop and buy 1,000 books about it or watch documentaries about it on TV. But in 2002, no one really thought about it. You know, it was a bit more hidden and a little bit more exciting because the people doing it were doing it more for their friends and stuff like that, not for the newspaper or not for a brand or something like that. Yeah, so it's changed a lot.
Where did the name Ghost Patrol come from?
I've answered this question so much, I wish I had a better answer. I don't really have a good name, but before I really did much art, I was just a login name I was using for early internet stuff, and when it came to choosing a name for the kind of street art website I was part of when I was starting out on that stuff, I just kept using that. And there was a time, because that stuff was illegal, everybody had another name, and it was kind of a... And it just helped to kind of step away from it.
Yeah.
It's like you put on this thing. Yeah, but there came a time where I was doing stuff that was way more public, and I'd been on TV and other things, so I used both names now. And if I had a thought when I was choosing that name that I'd have to use it for 30 years, or have to answer questions about it, or see it in print, I would have chosen a different name. But it also helps, you know, for some people that's a name that works well on the internet or is easy to remember. My real name is a little bit boring, maybe. But I really don't worry about it too much. I mean, it's your name, but I don't really care. I just like the drawings. The drawings are my name, not my actual name, but whatever.
That was quite insightful just then.
Well, I've thought about it a lot, I guess. Or sometimes I think about, changing it or not using that name ever again or something, but who cares?
Yeah.
Just get down to the drawing part, worry about that instead.
From your point of view, what is the difference between graffiti and street art?
All of it is illegal, right? There is no legal street art, even though a lot of people would call this stuff street art because it's art on the street. I can understand why you'd say that, but for me, it's illegal because that's not illegal. I'm saying, like, this is just mural art. This is just a big legal painting that someone got paid money to do and turned up and spent weeks of time. Someone who goes and does street art does it without being seen and takes a risk and uses their own money and has to do it really quickly. It has to be spontaneous. They don't get to stand here with a bunch of people and have all their nice plans and go home and draw it up on the computer and get paid along the way. They're really different things to me because I've done both versions. So street art is one thing, and it's usually mixed media kind of done by outsiders, whereas graffiti, even though there's a lot of overlap, is, you know, maybe rough definitions. Graffiti is a very strong, strict culture that kind of came, you know, into prominence in the late 70s in New York, and that is the roots of that stuff. So it covers tags, throw-ups, pieces, and even though it might look crazy or illegible or weird to other people, it's a very strong culture. That the people that participate in that and are fans of it, it's just a really strong thing that is quite universal, and everybody has a lot of respect. There's a big hierarchy and a lot of, I don't know what else to say. I guess a lot of people think it's ugly. It's not really for other people. It's only for people in the subculture. It just so happens that we can see it. I don't know if that helps define it.
It does.
Yeah.
A final question. What is your favourite aspect of being a street artist of Melbourne City?
Just an artist in general.
Yeah, it'd have to be us. I haven't really done any proper street art since it's been about 8 or 9 years or something. Oh, even though, you know, there's still times where I get to go to abandoned buildings or somewhere when I'm travelling and somewhere. Yeah. What's good about being an artist?
Yeah.
I like being my own boss, and I like doing one good drawing, but I also like knowing that there's 1,000 more drawings to come. I'm excited about making more work, and because I've already been doing it for more than 10 years, like I haven't had a job for 10 years, I just keep making more work and getting good opportunities that get more and more exciting. So if you do good work, more good things come, and those things that have turned up for me have been really exciting, so I look forward to more of those. And it's nice knowing that you can put effort into something that looks after you. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that does.
Or is it too vague?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it really does. Did you want to know what our definitions of street
Yeah,
art
let's hear it.
were before? All right,
Well,
Charles, you can go first.
Oh, okay. Well, people define graffiti when they're talking about vandalism and art. They usually say graffiti, and then when they're talking about ordered art on walls, they're talking street art. So like they're saying graffiti is illegal street art, and I'm not an artist. I'm not an artist. Like I'm terrible at art, but to me, I think street art is more precise and is actually more detailed in my opinion, because graffiti is all improvisation, and I don't because you've had time to think of messages and ways to portray that through art, and it's extremely powerful. Whether through graffiti, it's very quick, and it does have a message, but it's very quick and very subtle, unlike a planned art piece.
Yeah, I guess I've just seen more examples, right? So I know that some of that graffiti stuff is highly, highly skilled.
Yeah.
Like incredible, and those guys are really talented, and they're not like evil 13-year-olds.
Oh, no,
They're
no.
generally nice, strong, dedicated, disciplined people with kids and families and normal lives. I think people just have a stereotype of what they think graffiti is.
Yeah.
Because we see a lot of the rough stuff on the edges, but some of the more beautiful, highly skilled stuff, again, it's not doing it for us. Whereas street artists maybe think more about giving it to people and communicating through, like Banksy's language is the language of advertising, and that's why everybody gets it. But the graffiti language, they're not trying to talk to people who don't know about it. So we get confused, and it's like, oh, why does it look so ugly? And it's like, no, we're not meant to think it's beautiful. They're not trying to impress us. People doing graffiti and stuff. They're playing this other game amongst themselves that we can just see, and they're confused by it. And the street art stuff is, I don't know, sometimes it is just as loose or messy or gross or whatever. I think it's just a problem to say, oh, I like this and this is bad and that's good. The definitions are just more for these people from the outside. Because I've been on the inside for a long time, it's like, oh, why are you labeling these things? Or, I don't know, it's just, I don't know if that really helps, but I think it's, you can see what happens, right? Because suddenly everybody's grandmother knows who Banksy is now, when like 15 years ago, it's a pretty different thing. Like that was an illegal artist. Like why does my grandmother know about a guy putting up stencils in London illegally? And everybody knows who Banksy is.
Yeah. Well, I guess my definition of street art versus graffiti is a common argument that I've actually seen, Charles, is that graffiti is the more, like we said before, illegal stuff. Yeah, the illegal stereotype, and street art you get paid to do. And we were actually just interviewing some people before, just doing some street reviews, and they said they were referring to street art as graffiti, because I guess like if you look at that, graffiti has now just become known as the common term other than just street art. So I think it's really misused, the word graffiti.
Yeah, they're confusing words.
Yeah.
Because there is no fixed definition. And the word street art it sounds literal, but it's an art movement, it's an art term. It's like modern art doesn't mean art that looks modern. It's from a certain time. There are brackets around modern art. It has capital letters. And that's why anything that looks like art is on the street is street art. And that's wrong, I think. But you know what, again, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Maybe it matters if you're writing an essay about it or something. But